Hi everyone, this is Maggie again, and in today's video I will talk about several tips that enable blind people to do washing independently. So the first thing that I wanted to mention is choosing washing machine that we are going to use. And this choice can be quite tricky because on the market there is more and more washing machines that are operated with the help of touchscreen. Some companies work on making touchscreens more accessible in washing machines, but to my best knowledge, the washing machine with accessible touchscreen is not available on the market yet. So if we wanted to buy really modern washing machine, probably our best choice would be buying washing machine that can be used with the help of an app that could be installed on our phone or on our tablet. Sadly, there is not much information about accessibility of these apps, but I am hoping that in the near future these types of washing machines will become more widely used and that the apps will be more and more accessible. So definitely it is worth researching information about their accessibility. Another thing that I wanted to mention is choosing more traditional models of washing machines. So when I was choosing my washing machine, which has more traditional control panel, I was really paying attention that I don't buy a model that would have just one button that would be used to select many different options. So what I mean is that sometimes on a washing machine there is only one button and then we have to press it certain number of times to select different options, or sometimes we have to press it and hold it for a longer period of time or for a shorter period of time to select different options. So I chose washing machine that has various buttons, and to each button there is only one function assigned. So I never get confused. So for instance, this big oval shaped button to the right is only used to switch washing machine on or off. The next one to the left, the round one, is used to activate washing after I select settings, and these four ones have more advanced options assigned to them. So for instance, one of them is activating spin cycle, another one is only choosing additional rinsing, the next one is just switching the washing machine to more economic mode, and the next one is switching washing machine to the dryer mode. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is adapting dials on the washing machine. So my model already came with the dial that has tactile arrow, so I didn't have to adapt the arrow. But if the arrow wasn't marked with the tactile line, I would just stick to it and self-adhesive sticker that is tactile. So I used stickers like that to mark individual programs that I use. These stickers can be purchased from specialist shops that sell equipment for the blind, but they can be also purchased at furniture stores because they are frequently used to protect basically they are stuck on a door, and then the door doesn't bump into other furniture onto the wall and doesn't dent furniture or walls. So these stickers are available in various sizes, shapes and colors. For instance, here I have the small round ones, here I have much larger round ones, quite large square ones and much smaller square ones. So if somebody found it convenient, you could, for instance, mark each program with a different sticker. Another thing that I would really recommend doing is taking some notes about with what sort of sticker we labeled which program, or you could just label in what order you label the programs, because for instance I used only one type of stickers, but I basically made notes of the order that I marked them in. So I could just know which one is the top one, which one is the second from the top, and so on and so on. So the next thing that I wanted to discuss today is making sure that we don't ruin our clothes when washing them. So the thing that I would really recommend is always checking what instructions there are for washing a particular garment when we purchase it. And it is probably useful to pay attention to some particular instructions, like for instance the fact whether the particular part of our clothing requires dry cleaning or hand washing. And sometimes it is also useful to take notes of the temperatures that are required. Naturally, it is impossible to take notes or remember every instruction for every fabric, but if we value something particularly, or if there are some specific instructions, this is a definitely good idea. The next thing that is quite important is to make sure that color doesn't run. So to make sure that I don't ruin my clothes, not only I wash my white clothes separately and my dark clothes separately, but I wash each color separately. So for instance, I wash all of my blue clothes together, all of my red clothes together, all of my green clothes together, and so on and so forth. I normally remember which item is what color, because for instance my tops often have some specific embroidery or some labels, or the fabric is quite different. So I normally don't have to check colors with any special apps. But if I get confused, or if the top or my trousers are quite plain and I don't remember the color, then I use Tap-Tap-See. I like this app a lot because it is not only giving me information about the color, but it also gives me information about the pattern. I use color detector as well, and I also use sometimes Be My Eyes, and then sighted volunteers help me with checking the colors. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that if I want to be particularly careful with some items, and if some clothes is particularly valuable to me, I often add special tissues that are catching colors. So basically, if some fabrics are likely to run color, then the color is not going to go to other clothes, and it will be caught by this tissue. You can only tissue only once, and then we have to throw it away, but normally there is lots of them in a packet, and they are also quite affordable. Okay, another thing that I really wanted to mention is something that I wasn't aware of for a long time. And what I mean is that I didn't know that sometimes powder, like washing powder, is not rinsed completely off our clothes, and sometimes it leaves smudges. And I only learned about this when my sighted friends told me that it happened to one of my sweaters. So since then, I never risk using washing powder, and I use the little capsules, or I think we call them pots with washing liquid inside. So they're like gel pots, and the washing liquid is inside, and we put this pot with washing to our, with the load of clothing to our washing machine. There is some risk that the remaining of these capsules will stay on our clothes. It never happened to me, but we can't eliminate this risk. So if you want to be totally safe, I would probably recommend using just liquid, and then you can be sure that nothing like that will happen. I'm just showing it over and over again because I'm not sure whether it is visible on my camera. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to mention is pairing up socks after washing. So for many years I was experimenting with various types of plastic clips that will keep my socks together in washing, but I just gave up on them and I decided to just put one sock into another, and it is the most simple technique and very effective as well. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to mention today is that to make it easier for me to kind of find clothes that I want to wash, I bought 2 laundry baskets. I have one which is larger, and I put in it bigger items like trousers or sweatshirts or sweaters, and in the smaller ones I put t-shirts and underwear or socks, like basically small items. So then it is very quick to find what I want to find. So if you have any tips that I didn't mention today, or if you have more information about accessibility of these really modern washing machines, please let me know in the comments. I will definitely find it very useful because I always like learning new things, and I am sure that other people will also benefit from this. So thank you for watching today, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!